Femininity is currency. Women get to their 30s, 40s, or 50s without knowing that they can be women of substance, be financially secure, have healthy relationships just by making a few small shifts that are already within them. Because the harsh truth is, the reason why you're not experiencing the things that you desire isn't because you don't have the money, isn't because you're not working hard enough, it's because you're not expensive enough. Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the high value habits that a lot of women unfortunately learn too late. Because just because you have a big age, it doesn't mean that you know everything or you have everything that you want. As it's Mother's Day here in the UK, this video is dedicated to my late mother who taught me most of these habits. The first high value habit that a lot of women learn too late is you should never look like a problem. That's something that my mum always used to say to me. Someone should never look at you and think, she's going through it, she's having a day. That is the complete opposite of high value for somebody who wants to live a soft, feminine life. A lot of women underestimate the importance of their looks, which is why I will never stop preaching that beauty is currency. I completely get it. As somebody who used to be guilty of my beauty and the privilege that it afforded me, I will try so hard to prove that I was more than just my look, that I was intelligent, that I was funny, which there's nothing wrong with, but it meant that I wasn't taking pride in my appearance. I had a high level management job and I would go to work looking like Molly the maid. I would wear baggy, unflattering clothes because I didn't want to bring attention to myself. I wore a crusty wig that I never used to curl or straighten and had a huge party in like the River Nile. I wore fluffy sliders to work, and that was on a good day. If I was going through something, if I was feeling low, if I wasn't feeling great, I would look 100 times worse. I found that even with a senior role, I had to work 10 times as hard for people to take me seriously, because people would have preemptively judged me because of the way that I looked and made the assumptions that I didn't know anything, that I was sloppy, that I was lazy, compared to now when I walk into the room, 90% of the job is done. I have created this halo effect where people automatically see me as high value. People associate me with positive attributes. A lot of women rely on other people to determine how they show up, but you have to create a high standard for yourself where looking good, having your hair done, makeup done, nice outfit, clean nails, signature scent is a part of your brand. And it's something that you do for you no matter where you're going or no matter who you're with. Because woman to woman, your looks matter. Women who look good and present themselves well have it easier in life. They have access to people and things that not everybody else have. Doors just open for them, opportunities just come their way. So regardless what you're feeling, regardless what you're going through, looking good should just not be reserved for the big occasions, for the big events. It should be a lifestyle. The next high value habit that women learn too late is saying no. We grew up surrounded by generations of women who practiced toxic submission, women whose identity were just homemakers and caregivers, women who just poured into other people but didn't do anything to pour into themselves, women who constantly said yes to everything and everyone. But saying yes and being a people pleaser does not make you a good person. It doesn't make you a feminine woman. It just means you don't really know yourself, you don't have any boundaries, you have transactional relationships where you feel like you have to do things for people for you not to be abandoned or rejected. True femininity is knowing yourself, knowing what you like and what you don't like, being able to communicate it, being a Renaissance woman who's multifaceted, has different hobbies and creative outlets, having discernment to know the type of man to submit to and the type of men to walk away from, and being okay with disappointing people or people walking away if you're not able to do something, if you're you're not able to commit to something. Having a mind of your own and saying no doesn't make you masculine, because you can communicate your needs in a feminine way. If you want me to do a video on this, let me know in the comments down below. The next high value habit that women learn too late is being expensive. I did a video that ruffled a few feathers on my Instagram where I said, you want to be Hermes, but it's really giving Temu. The idea is Hermes is one of the most reputable luxury brands. A lot of women want to own a Birkin or a Kelly, but you can't just walk into Hermes and just buy it. You either have to be on a list for a very long time. You have to prove that you're worthy of buying a Birkin using your own money. Yet a lot of women are willing to jump through all those hoops just to own the bag, because that lack of access gives it a sense of exclusivity. Not everyone can get a Birkin, not everyone can get a Kelly. Compared to Temu or Shein, which are fast fashion, which means they're mass production, they're cheap, low quality. There's so many of them, which means anybody can have access to them. So the idea is you want to be more like Hermes than Temu. You want to have hoops and barriers that people have to jump through to have access to you. Not just anyone can afford you or your energy. And you're not only protecting yourself from low vibrational people, you're protecting your heart from being hurt, from having your time wasted. You are repelling the wrong kinds of people and attracting the right kind of people. People who don't just want to take but are also willing to pour into you. People you can learn from, people you can grow with. Being expensive doesn't mean you think that you're better than everyone. It means that you know yourself, you know your value. Therefore, you price yourself really high, limiting the access to you. The next high value habit women learn too late is seeking counsel. The Bible says, without counsel, your plans fail, but with many advisors, they succeed. I was raised to be a strong, independent woman, to stand on my own 2 feet and not need anybody. But this hyper independence meant that I was always burnt out, I was always exhausted, because I was not able to ask for help. As I've gotten older, I've realized that not asking for help isn't a strength. It's arrogance to assume that you can do everything on your own, that you know everything. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a mind of your own, that you shouldn't listen to your intuition, that you shouldn't be self-trusting, but that life is about community. The idea that you should just go through life only relying on yourself is very isolating. It's frankly depressing. Sometimes you have resentment that you don't have anybody to lean on, that it's just you, without realizing that you have built up those walls to ensure that nobody can come in and you can't go out to ask for help. The moment that I broke down those walls and I started letting people in and asking for help is the moment that my life just became easier. The reason I'm able to sit here and film this video, the reason I'm able to have a business is because I have a village of people who helped me with my daughter. It gave me time to pour into myself, to pour into my business. I refuse to fall into the stereotype of a single mom who did everything by herself. Part of the strong independent syndrome is believing that just because you're problem aware, just because they have the knowledge of what to do, it means that you're now solution aware. Yet year after year, they will find themselves in the same place, unfulfilled, frustrated, no progress, and burnt out. You have to go from being a victim to a victress, to own your feminine power of building community. The next high value habit that a lot of women learn too late is walking in their servitude. A lot of my clients come to me, they're seeking to create a feminine business. They want to make money without working themselves to the ground. So their focus is on what business they should start, where they should get their clients, how much they should be charging. And I always say to them, money is attracted to purpose. And I handed in my resignation during my maternity. The plan was to become a full-time content creator, but I was stuck on 25,000 subscribers for 2 years because I was making me content. I was focusing on how I could make money, how I could succeed. I wasn't thinking about my audience, my community, what their problems were, what their challenges were, what their desires were, and how I could help them through my content. The moment I started looking outward beyond myself and my selfish needs, and I started putting my audience first and showing up for them, is the moment that my channel started to grow. It's the moment that my business started to grow, and is the moment that I started to make more money. Business and content isn't about you, and the women who understand that are the women who are successful. Beauty brands don't make products for themselves. They make products to solve women's problems of oily skin, of hyperpigmentation, and then they'll make money. True success comes from purpose. If you want to be successful, if you want to make money, you have to walk in your servitude. The message here is high value women have high value habits, which affords them a high value life. Like this video if you want to see more videos on femininity and abundance. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time that I upload a video, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye, lovelies.